What exactly is the quarterly theory? Well, in this video, I'm going to explain you exactly in very simple terms what it is, what the theory behind it is, how I'm planning to use it in my existing strategy, what the most important things are that you need to understand from it, and also some examples live on the chart with a little bonus on the end. So make sure you stick to the end of this video because you really don't want to miss anything, because everything connects. If you miss anything, you won't be able to fully understand it. So first of all, before we get started, I want to give full credits to Trader Daye. Is the ICT student, the legend that came up with this concept. He posted a video, an introduction to quarterly theory 1 month ago, and I watched this, I studied it, and I want to make sure that you all understand this, because some people in my DMs, they were like, oh, I don't fully understand the true open, what is this, how can you use quarterly theory in your existing strategy? So I'm going to explain that right now, but I will put a link to the original video down in the description, so make sure to check that out. That being said, let's get right into it. Okay, so quarterly theory, the name says already actually, time must be divided into quarters. Well, to understand this, we also need to understand that price is fractal, and this means that everything that happens on a higher time frame can also be seen on a lower time frame. Everything that happens on a lower time frame can also be seen on a higher time frame, and basically everything is inside each other, right? And to take this to the quarterly theory, starting from the yearly cycle, we have 4 quarters. The first quarter is January to March, that's Q1. Then we have April to June, that's Q2. July to September, that's quarter 3, and October to December, that's Q4. So then we have the monthly cycle. So as I said, price is fractal. So in the yearly, we have 4 quarters. In each quarter, we also have 4 quarters. That's what I mean with price is fractal. So each month is also divided into 4 quarters. That's called the monthly cycle. Let's take January, for example, is divided in 4 quarters based on weeks. So let's say January 3rd is on a Sunday, and basically the beginning of the week is still in December. Then this week can be used for the quarterly theory. We only use full weeks. So basically the next full week on January 4th, that's basically the first quarter of the monthly cycle of January. So we have 4 quarters inside a month, but also inside a week. Like I said, price is fractal. We also have 4 quarters. The first quarter is Monday, the second quarter is Tuesday, the third quarter is Wednesday, and the fourth quarter is Thursday. And now you're gonna ask me, what about Friday, Saturday, and Sunday? Okay, so first of all, Saturday and Sunday is not a trading day, but what about Friday? Well, so Friday is basically not included into the weekly cycle. Don't ask me why. In the theory, it says it's not included because it has its own specific function. Don't worry too much about this. It's not important. More important is that inside one weekly cycle, we also have daily cycle. So each day we have 4 sessions, right? We have Asia session, we have London session, New York session, and PM session. Quarter 1, 2, 3, and 4. And basically each session is 6 hours, right? 6 times 4 equals 24 hours or 1 day. Okay, so now we come down to the most important thing. Basically, you can ignore the yearly, monthly, weekly, and daily cycle, because the most important thing you need to know is the 90-minute cycles, because this is a thing I use in my existing strategy, and basically the most important thing that you should use of this quarterly theory. So it's called the 90-minute cycles because each sessions is divided also, like I said, price is fractal, into 4 quarters. So 1 session equals 6 hours. So 6 hours divided by 4 is 90 minutes. So that's why this is called the 90-minute cycle. So we have 4 quarters inside each session. This is the most important thing you need to understand. We have Asia, London, New York, and PM session. Write this down or take a screenshot from this. This is the most important thing. Make sure your trading view chart is set to New York time, because these times are based on the New York time zone. So I said that we have Asia, London, New York, and PM session, each divided into 4 quarters, which last 90 minutes each, right? 90 minutes, 90 minutes, 90 minutes, 90 minutes. Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, so forth for London, New York, and PM session. So how we can use this is to basically attach an accumulation, a manipulation, a distribution, or a trend reversal / continuation to this. So each quarter basically has an A, AMD or X like it's written right here. So let's take New York for this example. The first quarter, the first 90 minutes of New York is from 6 to 7:30. That's Q1 right here. So if this price action during this time is accumulating, then you can expect the next 90 minutes from 7:30 to 9 to manipulate. Then the Q3 would be the distribution, and then Q4 would be the trend reversal or continuation. So X basically means trend reversal or continuation. Well, now let's say 6 to 7:30 on New York session was not an accumulation, but it was a trend reversal or continuation. Well, then you can expect the Q2 from 7:30 to 9 to be the accumulation. Then Q3 would be the manipulation, and then lastly Q4 would be the distribution. Now the only thing you need to do is to basically have these times on a sheet of paper next to you while you're trading a session, and if Q1 is accumulation, then you use AMDX for the next quarters. If the first quarter of the session is a trend reversal or a continuation, then it can be a XAMD pattern. Now guys, you need to understand that this is not extremely accurate. This does not happen all the time. If you don't have a strategy and you just use this, then this is not great to use. But I'm gonna tell you that if you have a strategy and you add this as an extra confluence, that your trading will really improve so much, because it did for me the last couple of weeks. I've been having a lot of good trades using these concepts to my existing strategy, and it's really paying off that I studied these concepts. And before we go on TradingView to show you some real examples, I want to give you some last notes that I wrote down that I think are very important to also understand. First of all, I marked the M and D in bold, basically because this is also referred as the kill zone. So basically 7:30 to 10:30 is New York kill zone, and 1:30 to 4:30 is basically London kill zone. You really want to avoid trading the accumulation and only focus on the manipulation and distribution, because this is where you can catch the best trades. Well, so now you might ask, why are these times underlined? Well, that's because this is the true open. This is actually the most important thing about quarterly theory. The true open is always the beginning price of Q2 of every session, and how we can use it is we can only short above the true open, and we can only long below the true open, and I'm going to explain that right now. So let's go to the live chart examples. Okay, so first of all, I told you guys that you just can't use this without any other strategy. So I'm just gonna do my analysis now on this pair. This is a trade I took on Monday. Basically, what are we looking at right here on EURUSD? Okay, so we look very bullish because we swept this low. We made a break of structure right here, another higher high. So I expect to form here a higher low. Also, we are inside this big hour 4 fair value gap. So I think we are very bullish, only looking for long. So then I went to the minute 15 time frame and I basically looked for a point of interest. So I found this sell side liquidity right here, just above this order block right here. This is the order block. This is where the demand came into the market. And so basically this is my point of interest. I want to look for longs right here. So what happens right here? What you're seeing down below here is the quarterly theory indicator. You can just go to indicators, just use the first indicator by 2 degrees. This will basically display all the quarterly theory times that we discussed. So basically these are the sessions, these are the 90-minute cycles. So I'm waiting for my point of interest to get hit. Let's see what happens. Okay, so now we can use the 90-minute cycles to see what we are dealing with. So this is Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4 of this is London session. So the 4 quarters of London session. What are we seeing in the first quarter? This is the gray box. What are we seeing in the first quarter? Is this a accumulation or is this a trend reversal or continuation? Well, to me, this is not an accumulation. This is a drop to the downside. So this is a continuation or reversal, doesn't matter. So then we can expect the next quarter to be a accumulation. So let's see if that is true. Oh, yes, that's right. We have an accumulation right here right inside that POI. And notice that I'm just not using it without any other strategy. This is happening inside my zone that I'm interested in longs for. So we have the X, then we have the A, then next we need to see the manipulation. So we see that right here because we dip first and then we skyrocket to the upside. So we have the continuation, the accumulation, this green is the manipulation. Like you see right here, everyone started shorting because they saw just some bearish price action, but this is the manipulation if you use quarterly theory correctly with an already existing strategy that works for you. And then you see that the last quarter should be the distribution, so the expansion, the big move of the session. And basically that is exactly what is happening right here. We have a dip, everyone started shorting, but this is just the manipulation. Perfect entry before we go towards the distribution, which is right here. So how can we use the true open for this? Well, so this is New York session, right? So let's see what the true open for New York session is. It is 7:30. So let's go to the chart. Make sure your chart is set on New York time zone. That's UTC -5 for me. And let's go and check on the minute 5 time frame where 7:30 is. 7:30 right here. So like I said, we only want to long below the true open and we only want to short above the true open. So this is the level we want to use for the true open. We are bullish on the day. We are expecting higher prices. So if you're bullish, if you want to look for longs, we need to buy below the true open. And this is exactly what is happening here, right, guys? We have a trend continuation. We have that accumulation, then we have the manipulation that's going below the true open, which is in favor for the quarterly theory. And then we can basically buy right here in the discount on this low time frame range and just target the buy side liquidity. So you see that this XAMD pattern is perfectly playing out and we buy below the true open. We have a point of interest, we have a high time frame bias, and that's why this was a beautiful trade. Now let's go to another example. This was today, this was CPI, but actually this is also how we can use the true open. We always want to long below the true open, and basically I was bullish on the day. I marked out the true open, which is 7:30 in New York session. And what did we get during CPI? We dip below the true open and then we skyrocket to the upside. And now you're probably thinking, well, this is just luck. Well, just go on the charts and check for yourself. Use these times, use these sessions, divide them into quarters, mark out the true open, see if it's an AMDX or an XAMD, and watch for yourself. I'm not gonna say this is gonna work all the time, but you will see it a lot of the time working out perfectly. Now to give you one last example, let's go right here. Okay, so let's say we are bullish, right? The high time frame looks very bullish, don't want to catch any trend reversals. So what do we have right here? This is London session, Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. What is Q1 looking to you guys? This is, to me, just an accumulation. Okay, accumulation. So then we expect the next one to be an a manipulation, because we are in an AMDX, right? So do we have that manipulation right here? Well, I think we do, because we first dip right here. This is the manipulation. Everyone probably starts shorting because we swept this high, but actually it's not relevant because we are inside that manipulation. The high time frame is bullish. Your own analysis is very important, guys. Don't just rely on this. But what we see right here is and then the distribution right here in Q3. We made a big move up, and this is basically the move of this session. And as you can see, Q4 then needs to be a X, which means a trend reversal or a continuation, and this is what's happening here. This is basically a continuation of the previous move. So also a very good example, and in this case this was an AMDX. So now it's up to you. Spot this on the charts. My advice to you is to use it with your existing strategy. I'm using that with my market maker buy models, market maker sell models, my high time frame outlook, my high time frame bias. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, I made a full tutorial on market maker buy or sell models. I'll put a link right here on the top, so make sure to check that out. If you combine the quarterly theory to your already existing strategy, I assure you that you will have a lot of good trades in the future. I hope you had any value from this video. If so, a like and subscribe would be appreciated. And as always, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.